Okay, more cards. That's the theme of today's previews, just some more cards, I guess. There are no more themes, but lots more cards. The set has 400 cards total, 6 split piles, 25 regular kingdom cards piles, 23 allies. And you know that the only victory card are in split piles. So anyways, here are some more cards. So just regular cards, no split piles or anything, I guess. Importer. 3 cost action duration liaison. At the start of your next turn, gain a card costing up to 5. Wow. And set up, each player gets +4 favors. So this is like when you have this liaison and no other, then you are limited to 5 favors for this game, and you have to spend them wisely over the whole game. And I suppose 5 is also the most that any ally needs with island folk. I guess that's the most any needs to actually do something, so you can at least do the thing once or a couple times for the whole game. Or maybe there's some other favor generator, liaison, in the kingdom. Then this gives you a quick start. Imagine this with League of Banks, just casually you start every of your turns with +1 coin. And also a 3 cost that can gain you 5s. Wow. It's a bit slower than the usual gainer. It only gains the next turn, but for most gainers, well, in most situations, that's not that much of a difference. You can't really gain and play once you draw your deck. This only gets a gainer every second turn. But depending on the 5s, pretty powerful open. Reminds me of Feast. But you can use it more often, so it's a fixed feast. And it costs only 3. And you can use it multiple times. You can throw on it maybe. One other problem I see is that the 5s could be empty the ones that you want could be empty at the start of your next turn, so you have to gain something worse. Okay, Courier. 4 cost action. +1 coin, discard the top card of your deck. Look through your discard pile. You may play an action or treasure from it. Here's the card I said would come, something that plays from the discard pile. So the the highwayman gets discarded, and then you can play it right back. And also it discards the top, so there's always something in the discard pile at least. I mean, if there's a victory card only, then you are kind of sad, but why would you play the courier anyway? If that discarding the top card of your deck triggers a shuffle, then you are extra sad. So you can't just like set it up and then play 4 couriers at the last before shuffling, because one of them will trigger a shuffle. And this just gets you that card. It's like a joker, throw everything in the discard with an extra +1 coin. How strong is that? As always, depends on the kingdom. I think it's not that strong actually. Unless you can somehow really use it to gain and play. In the usual deck with no real, well, usual. In some random deck, this probably doesn't do that much. Royal Galley. Nice ship. Captain likes that. Oh, I forgot the hat. Whoa. Have you ever put a hat on top of headphones? This looks amazing. Okay. I hope that wasn't too loud. 4 cost action duration, +1 card. You may play a non-duration action card from your hand, set it aside. If you did, at the start of your next turn, play it. Is that just captain with the card that you play needed to be in hand, and it has to be the same card for both turns. So yeah, captain with +1 card, and then you can play a card from your hand. You play that twice. Isn't that just like really good for 4? Seems pretty good to me. Pretty good. Terminal, of course, but could play a village. Yeah, that's just a captain that can play any action card, can play 5s. You just need to have it in hand. Uh, wow, that's strong. I like it. Captain approves. Um, more cards, more cards, more cards! 2 more allies, okay. Family of Inventors. At the start of your buy phase, you may put a favor token you have on a non-supply pile. Non-victory supply pile cards cost 1 less per favor token on their piles. Do they stay there, the favor tokens? Because that's just insane. um, at the start of your buy phase, you may put a favor token you have on a non-victory supply pile. Cards cost 1 less per favor token on their piles. So it's like you can put only one token per turn, but it stays there. So cards get cheap really fast. Wow, that's very good. Of course, no victory cards. That would be kind of broken, but it's already pretty broken. Very good ally, especially if you have extra buys or gains. And Gang of Pickpockets. At the start of your turn, discard down to 4 cards in hand, unless you spend a favor. Whoa! That's a negative one. That's a negative ally. The pickpockets are in town, and they hurt your deck every turn unless you spend favors. Wow. I mean, losing a 1 card per turn isn't that big of a deal, and I don't think I want to spend favors for that most of the time. I don't really know if it's worth it to keep generating favors. You have that 1 to start with if you really needed to save a card to have a price point. I guess if the opponent plays like a bunch of governors each turn or some other way to have you draw, then you would like to have some favors. Interesting. I mean, I like the design. I just don't know if it's that impactful to keep that 1 card every turn. And most of the time, it will be like an estate or a copper. Yeah, depends. Depends on the favor liaison generator. If that's easy to do, then you will just do it, and otherwise you probably just eat it up to discard to 4, especially if the other player has to do that too. Okay. Pretty nice art. I like Royal Galley. That's a crazy good card. And something else. In the text, 2 more allies for good measure. Family of Inventors lowers cost for everyone. Oh, so it's not just you. Sure, because how would you differentiate the tokens that are there? Fushing may occur. I don't know what that means. Gang of pickpockets is that rare thing. Then Family of Inventors seems pretty bad actually. Unless you are doing completely different strategies. Gang of pickpockets is that rare thing, the game attacking the player. You can keep them at bay or just give in. Cards will stay playable until the weekend, then they will be gone forever, until Wednesday. Also on the other client, okay, Temple Gates games available there as well on Steam. We expect the physical version to follow around the same time. Okay, and I return with Seaside 2nd edition previews around late April. Wow, we get another one of these preview weeks. in April already, with new seaside cards and seaside removals. Captain likes that. See you all there and in the online game if we meet up there. Goodbye.